Hi and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the Treehouse today. Today's project is a Christmas card using just some fantastic colors and products. It's using the Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent in colors. I just love them, just some of my absolute favorites. And it's using a very cool hybrid. And it's hybrid because it is a combination of an embossing folder as well as the dies. So it's the Merriest Frames dies along with the embossing folder, and it comes as a bundle. So I believe it's $39 US dollars, and it is in the mini catalog that expires at the end of December. I hope it's one of those that they'll carry over, but I don't know. You never know. So let's go through the dimensions and we'll kind of put this together pretty quickly. It looks just so cool. And one thing I'll tell you, if you can, I don't know that I love the gold, and I don't think you'll be able to even tell, but even the words are shiny, and I'll let you know how to do that as well. So and the inside, let me show you the inside. There is also the inside. All right, so the things that we will be needing, you will be needing a piece of the Soft Succulent to be your base, and it of course is cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So that's our base. So we also need another piece of Soft Succulent that would be, let me grab this out. This is how I like to do my ones for my classes. They have them, I've got them color coordinated all together. So here's the base, and then we have, I'll move on to the next biggest piece, which is a gold piece, and the gold is cut out basically 6.5 by 5.5. You can probably go a little bit smaller than that. And then a piece of Evening Evergreen at 5 1/4 by 4, and I'll put all these in dimensions under the description and also on my blog. Okay, a piece of Soft Succulent, and it is cut at 5.5 by 4.5, and then the inside piece is the Very Vanilla, and it's cut at 5 by 3 3/4. And you'll also need another little piece of Very Vanilla, and it will be cut at 2 5/8 by 1 7/8, and it will be the one that will make the little, that's where our sentiment is going to go. And then this actually came from the new Eden's Garden or whatever, and it was actually a huge piece, and I just trimmed it to fit to be at the top of the inside. All right, let me tell you how this hybrid stuff works, because it's just so cool. All right, the first thing we can do is if we take our Evening Evergreen, we are going to run it through that embossing folder. All right, and let me tell you a tip about that. There is a black line right here, and if you put it in there and line it up against that black line, the bottom edge is against that black line, you can run it through. The only thing you need to do is kind of be sure that it's side to side even, that there's the exact same amount of space, and then you're going to run it through the embossing folder. And once you run that through the embossing folder, it's going to look like this. And I think that's just, it's just really, really cool. So that's what that's going to look like. So we've got that. We'll set it over here and get ready for the next piece. The next piece is going to be the gold. Let's see if I can sort of kind of put it back together again. So I ran it through using this die. To me, it's kind of like a blob die. I ran it through there. And then the key on this one is just to get the most bang for your buck. We also used the frame here, and we just centered it so that it would not get in the way, because this is a background, but if you get it too close to the edge, then it's gonna you'll have a hole. So you end up with two pieces. You've got your frame right here, and I believe that was just one of the, I can't remember, did it come with that? I'll have to look and see if it came with that. We've made so many Christmas cards in the last couple of weekends. All right, so move that so you end up with these two pieces that you'll use in the gold. And then your soft succulent, you're going to run it through with this die. And then when you run it through with this die, let me pull it apart, it's going to look like this. And then, but you're not finished with that one yet. Now you're going to take this piece and you're going to put it inside of the folder again. And the key here is just that you're going to line up the different leaves and patterns. And once you have them all lined up the right way, they all look even all the way around, then you're going to close it and run it through your embossing folder. And once you run it through the embossing folder, you've die cut it and embossed it, and then it's going to look like this. And it's just so neat, because now you can see all the little veins and things in the leaves. So now you basically have all the pieces that you need, and we'll just put it together. So, and I'll also give you another tip at the very end when we do our sentiment too. So we will crease this. Again, I don't have my bone folder. All right, we're going to glue this down. And it's going to be, you're going to pretty much get it close to, you see these leaves, you're going to get it pretty close to that. And it's going to overlap. It's going to be a little bit bigger, and that's okay. So you're just going to glue it down. Now, I'm not going to glue in the center right now. I'm just going to flip it over and glue it. Yeah, this is a weird scrap of gold that I had. Okay, get it just kind of to the little edges. All right, and then I'll put that down. I know it's kind of sad to cover those things up, but we've got it in another color. That's what's going to be the soft succulent. All right, so we've got that down. And now we're going to put the soft succulent on top of it. Okay, and again, you're just gonna kind of line it all up. And that way is upside down, so it's gonna be like that. So you're just gonna need some glue on some of the ends. Some of your bigger spots you can just touch a little glue to. Some of your bigger leaves, get a few of your edges down. Got kind of a blob, and then of course some in the middle. I love the liquid glue. Okay, gives you wiggle room. Okay, and then just press that all down. I also find that sometimes with the gold, things don't adhere as well to the gold, to the metallics, as they do to just cardstock to cardstock. All right, and now this is going to go right here. And I think, let's see, and I'll go ahead and tell you how I did to make this shiny. If you don't already know, let me just slide it just for a minute. Now I used an old sentiment. If anybody happens to have this one, this just fit perfectly. I really liked it. So, but there's plenty of sentiments that will also fit without having to use that. All right, to make any color be shiny, what you're going to do is you will first go into your Versamark with your stamp, and then right after that you'll go ahead and put it into your ink pad. In this case I'm using Evening Evergreen. And so once you've done the Versamark and your color, then you're going to go into your clear embossing, and you're going to put the clear embossing powder all over it, heat set it, and you don't want to heat set it too long, and then you've got it to be shiny, which I just thought this was a sort of a fancy card and it needed just an extra measure of bling. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll put these two together, our sentiment onto our gold frame border. All right, and then this one, this one to in here, just lining everything up, and that just looks so fancy. And it doesn't have to be Christmas. I think you could use it for, it does have these little holly leaves, but you could use it for wedding or anything else, and these don't necessarily have to even be holly leaves. Okay, and then all we have to do now is we'll just adhere it, give it that border right there, and that will be it. I'll do a little bit of extra just because you've got the different layers and things in here, and you want to be sure that it gets completely down and adhered. You don't want to send it and end up with it in not adhered, and they come up with a put it together yourself card. All right, and so there's the front. Isn't that neat? Isn't that gorgeous? All right, and then all we're going to do, I just thought it needed a little bit of something pretty. I didn't think just a piece of plain paper was, that just was, didn't seem to fit the bill. So I thought this evergreen, the garden, not, it is evening evergreen, the Garden of Eden, just made it, it sort of mimicked just a little bit the outside, if you see what I mean. All right, and then we'll adhere the center, and we will be done with that. And I hope you've enjoyed learning about the hybrid system there with the folders, and that should look just exactly like the one that we started out with. Yep, I think mine's a little bit lighter there. I think it's time for some re-inker on my evening evergreen. So that's it. And in case this goes away, the Merriest frame dies along with that neat folder, then in case it goes away, you might want to run and get it before the end of December, because it may or may not be back. We'll hopefully know pretty soon, but that is just so cool how those go together. And that is it from the Treehouse today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this project, and we just tried to do a kind of a quick run. And I'm about to have to take my 5-month-old puppy to school, to PetSmart school, where we're hoping she'll learn some things. Last time we were very distracted, so she's not used to being in places where there's lots of people and other dogs and children. So very interesting it has been. She has been a very interesting puppy. So, but until next time, I hope that all is well, and I hope that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If not, please do so, and I'll see you next time in the Treehouse. See you later. Bye-bye.